Hi, this is Bonnie, and I have a little bit I want to tell you before I start my video. I've made two videos. I made one video showing all the new Fairy Hugs Flower Fairy Release, and I started making this card. And I found that the length was a little bit long, so I decided to make the video in two parts. So in this video, you will see how I put this card together. And in the second video I made, you will see me coloring and completing the card. Thanks so much. Hello, this is Bonnie, and today I have a couple things I wanted to share with you. First of all, the Fairy Hugs has released a brand new range of stamps. They are flower fairies, and there are 22 new sets of stamps and 5 new sentiments. I am going to be working with one of each today to show you a card. But first, I'm going to show you the two that I'm going to be working with, and then I'm going to show you all of the stamps. So I'm going to be using Special Gift Sentiment. And I'm going to be using, I'm not sure if I say this right, Freya's Dogwood. And actually you can see it a little bit better if I go like that. All right. And this is a paper we're going to be working with. So let me go through the stamps with you really quickly first. And we have Alea's Peruvian Lily. And this comes with 4 stamps. We have Becca's Sunflower. And you get 3 stamps in this one. And this one is Callie's Poppy. And as you can see, you get 3. And then we have Carol's Iris. You get 2. And then with Dawn's Fuchsia, you get 1, 2, 3, 4. And with, I think this is Gianna's Water Lily, you get 3. And with Ginger's Tropicals, you even get one that looks like a little umbrella. For anything can hold this. I saw one really cute card with a bunny holding that little umbrella. This is Inga's Morning Glory, and you get 2. This is beautifully done when you put it on a card. And this is, I don't know if it's Isla's Daffodil, and these are beautiful done up also, and so is she. You can't really see the detail as much, but she has a lot of nice detail in her. This is one of my favorites, Janie's Marigold. She's really pretty. This is Jewel's Orchid. And this is Krista's Mum. Again, this is really beautiful done up. And you get 3. And this one is Leanna's Peony, and you get 4 stamps in this set. This one's Mabel's Lily of the Valley, and you get 3 sets, just a smaller version. And this is Maggie's Magnolia. It's really beautiful. I've seen many, this one's colored up so pretty. And Meadow's Buttercup, and you get 4 in this really sweet little tiny one. This is Nico's Hydrangea, and I love these flowers, and I love how she sits or pose. And this is Rosalie's Rose, and this one's also beautifully done up. Taylor's Tiger Lily. We have Valerie's Pansy, and this one's really a pretty stamp. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stamps in this one with this really sweet little butterfly. And then we have Zara's Daisy, our last one, and she comes with a single little petal. And so that little petal can be anywhere. She can be holding it. It is so pretty. And this one has a lot of open space also where it can have color behind it. So those are all the new Flower Fairy stamps. And then we have 5, and I already showed you the 1 sentiment. But this one's Sprinkle Kindness. This one's Incredible. If you could see yourself through my eyes, you would know how incredible you truly are. This one is Some People. Some people are so special that once they enter your life, it becomes richer and fuller and more wonderful than more wonderful than you ever thought it could be. And this is one of my favorites. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different sentiments on here, and it's called Fairy Words. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get set up to make our card, but first I'm going to explain to you a little bit about what I did, and then I'll get it set up. Okay, so when I'm making paper, lots of times I will put a piece of paper underneath the paper I'm working on, and I will bring my ink in this way to ink. I know a lot of people will use, regular backgrounds, and then they don't have to worry about having paper. But I did that with a bunch of paper I just made recently. And when I got done, I go, gee, I think this is really pretty. I want to see if I can do something with it. So I scanned it, and I brought it into my Photoshop. And I went ahead and I made some paper. And I even put a little bit of texture into my paper, so it looks like it's canvas. So this is what I'm going to be using today with one of the new stamps. I'm going to go ahead and get that set up in the stamp platform. Okay, so I have my acetate sheet that comes with the stamps set up, so I know where I want to do some stamping. And this is the largest one, and you can see, and it's going to go about right here because I want the Freya, the fairy, to be sitting on it. Now, in order for her to show up without doing a masking, I am going to be using Morning Mist, which is the lighter gray, and I want to make sure that that leaves a good impression because I don't really want to stamp it twice. Lots of times I do. I'm going to try to just stamp it once because I want to come back in and color over the top of these flowers. All right, let's see how that goes. And I set it up so that where I had this opening right here is going to be kind of like considered like a window or like just light from behind. So it looks like Freya is sitting in the window of flowers. All right, and what I've noticed by using this particular platform, I have gotten a better impression when I push on both sides. I know a lot of people don't have to do that, but I have discovered after stamping 22 of these stamps that I have done better. I am at a different location, so I don't have another stamping platform. This is the one I have at this location. So let's see how that turned out. Yeah, I can see how I need to come up here just a little bit. Hopefully this didn't move too much. I'm just going to try to give a little bit of ink to that little spot, the one at the top. And that's, like I said, lots of times what ends up happening with this platform for me, I don't know if it's my table is not completely level, but this seems to solve my problem lots of times when I go to use this platform. Yeah, just actually made it a little bit darker, but you know what? I'm okay. I'm gonna color over that anyway. So that's all set up for exactly how I want it. I want the light. I want it to make it look almost like a no line coloring. It isn't, but it's gonna look that way. So now she can just sit right there on top of that little branch in that opening. And I can use, I'll make sure I didn't get the top of that flower. And I can use the Nocturne ink on her. And then I don't have to do the masking. It's gonna be, if you have a different platform that stamps, really good the first time, you won't have to do this more than once. Or your ink needs to be really juicy. And like I said, I've used my ink pads for 22 stamp sets, so it's starting to get a little dry. But all of the fairies from this set, they stamp so beautifully. I love the flowers, and I love the fairies and the poses. I just think it's great. I'm going to go ahead and turn this one over too, just to make sure I can get a good impression. the foam is on the back of this type of platform, whereas the other platform I have, it's at the top. So that's what the big difference is I find between the two. Okay, she looks pretty good. I'm going to stamp her one more time. Hopefully I don't get a blur because it did move a little bit. I can just see a little bit I want to get on her arms. Tap, tap, tap. Let's just see if we can get that. Yep, there we go. It's just like I said, the foam behind it just causes that issue for me. I want you to see how pretty she is. My lighting here also is not the best, but she's just beautiful. So I've got everything stamped with the sentiment, and we'll get that done. And technically the card will be finished, other than I'm going to be doing some coloring down here. All right, I have my little sentiment right here. I also like how a lot of these sentiments will have a shape that will fit. I don't know how to explain it to you. The shape of her head kind of fits right, like, so it looks like she's thinking this, and I kind of like that. So I'm just trying to make sure I've got that straight. I'm kind of lining up with a grid in there to look like if it looks straight too. It does. It's just, like I said, learning a different platform and being in a different location. Okay, this again is not one of my favorite sentiments too from this collection. I love all of the detail in this one. I'll show you just a second. Yeah, I think I'm going to give it just one more tap. It's fine that way, but I like it just a tad bit darker. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just take it out so you can see it and get this out of the way. But this is basically, you could keep your card just this way if you wanted to. You can even, a lot of the design team members have just stamped in color, and they're just so beautiful when they get done. So I hope you have taken the time to look on the Facebook group. And Fairy Stamper has Fairy Stamper Hugs in Facebook. Should be showing a lot of the new stamps, and also Fairy Hugs store on the Facebook group also shows them. So you should make sure you stop by and take a look. So I'm going to go ahead and lift that closer so you can see. You can see what I mean about the sentiment. I'm trying to get that out of the shadow. And I'm going to go ahead and get these colored in, and you'll see how pretty that will be. So I'm not going to do that in this video. I'm going to have you see what it looks like when it's finished. I'm really happy that you stopped by, and I'll have all of the links below in the description. Thanks so much.